This is the Tekken lore in 3 minutes. Let's begin. An evil being called Azazel creates the Devil Gene, genetic codes that allow demons to supply humans with demonic power, and eventually take over their mind and body. Jinpachi Mishima, father of Heihachi, is head of Mishima Zaibatsu, an extremely wealthy and powerful organization. He is overthrown and sealed under the Hanmaru Dojo. Heihachi, a very powerful martial artist himself, takes over at some points. Heihachi has a son named Kazuya, who inherits the Devil Gene. Heihachi trains him in Mishima-style martial arts. Despite Kazuya's strength, Heihachi believes his son is too weak to inherit the Mishima Zaibatsu, so he throws him off a cliff. If Kazuya can survive and climb back up, Heihachi will acknowledge him as the rightful heir. Kazuya survives the fall. The intense stress and hatred activates his Devil Gene, granting him amazing strength. Kazuya makes it up the mountain. Instead of claiming his right as heir, Kazuya swears revenge on his father. He starts training. Heihachi coins the king of the Iron Fist tournaments, where fighters compete in martial arts combat. The victor faces Heihachi himself. Kazuya wins the bracket and faces his father as the final opponent. They do battle, and Kazuya wins. He throws Heihachi off the same cliff he was dropped off at years ago. Heihachi survives, and Kazuya inherits Mishima Zaibatsu. A demon inhabits Kazuya's body and tries to take over his mind. Kazuya meets Jun Kazama, and the two have a son, Jin, who also inherits the Devil Gene. Heihachi returns and plots to overthrow Kazuya. Kazuya hosts the King of the Iron Fist 2 tournament with a $1 trillion prize. Heihachi enters, defeats the other combatants, and faces Kazuya. The demon inside Kazuya takes over Kazuya's body. In Kazuya's mind, he fights an internal struggle between himself and the demon. Heihachi defeats Kazuya and drops his body into a volcano, presumably killing him. Years later, Heihachi begins his quest to find Ogre, an extremely powerful being, to obtain his massive fighting power. Ogre attacks Jun. Jin tries to defend his mother, but fails, and she is presumed dead. Jin's Devil Gene activates. Jin trains under Heihachi to become strong enough to defeat Ogre. Heihachi starts the third King of the Iron Fist tournament to lure out Ogre. Ogre takes the bait, and Jin kills him in a fight. No longer having need of him, Heihachi betrays Jin and shoots him in the head. The Devil Gene within Jin revives him. Devil Jin defeats Heihachi and flies off. A special lab called G Corporation recovers Kazuya's body and revives him. Heihachi recovers and uses the Mishima Zaibatsu to find Jin and recover Kazuya's body. Heihachi plans to infuse their Devil Genes and Ogre's DNA in his to make him immortal. Heihachi stages the fourth King of the Iron Fist tournament to lure out Jin and Kazuya. It works. Heihachi captures Jin and Kazuya and brings them to the Hanmaru Dojo. Kazuya and Jin's Devil Genes activate, and all three of them duke it out. Jin wins, leaving them both knocked out, and flies off again. G Corporation sends robots called Jack Force to ambush Kazuya and Heihachi. Heihachi and Kazuya fight them off. Kazuya betrays Heihachi and leaves him to die in an explosion. Extreme betrayal. Heihachi survives, somehow, and goes into hiding. Jinpachi escapes from below the dojo and takes over Mishima Zaibatsu. He starts the next King of the Iron Fist tournament. Heihachi, Kazuya, and Jin all enter the tournament. Jin wins and claims ownership of the Mishima Zaibatsu. Jin uses his power to plunge everything into chaos. He hopes by creating enough negative energy, he can lure Azazel out. After much death and chaos, the plan works and Azazel comes into being. Jin defeats him.